Hope you're doing well. Staying safe, staying healthy, and staying salty. We're gonna be staying plenty salty. We're playing Priest.
Few moments later.
I don't want to play this game. Like, I legit don't want to play this game. It's so unfun. Literally no interaction, just go face. It's so unfun. First game, I already want to quit.
12 seconds later.
I'm playing Arena. I can't do this, sorry. I can't do this.
Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and we just hit 26,000 subscribers, so I want to thank you for that. But as you can tell by the rather salty intro, I'm pretty excited. We actually finally got official confirmation on how many cards are being nerfed and buffed, but not quite what the actual cards are. I expect we'll probably hear that on Monday, and we'll probably have the Nerfs go live on Tuesday. But I thought it'd be a lot of fun today to go over my predictions. Last time I was 100% accurate, and while I don't have quite the knowledge of last time, I'm gonna give it my best shot to predict what every single nerf and buff will be. You guys can share your predictions down below as well, and there are a couple that are basically confirmed, so if you want a little bit of excitement on that, we have the first two nerf predictions. I would basically sell my house on it, bet everything on it that they're gonna happen. So let's get going. We're gonna start off with the nerf predictions as well as the buffs, but if you aren't aware, Alec Dawson tweeted this out saying they've discussed have the balance meeting and all that stuff, and 5 cards will be nerfed and 10 will be buffed. And if you watch this week in Hearthstone, I was hoping for more buffs than nerfs. I thought, you know, the power level of stuff is relatively even for the most part, but some classes need a lot of help to bring them up to speed, especially like Shaman, which we'll talk about. So let's go over what cards will be nerfed and what cards will be buffed. So starting off with the nerfs, the first two that we're going to go over are going to happen. I'm almost certain. This tweet here, apparently there was a community interview with Alec Dawson that confirmed a Murloc would be getting nerfed. So I mean, what Murloc is obviously going to get nerfed? Obviously, Furious Felfin. It's absurdly broken. It has Rush, plus it's a 4/2. Definitely will get nerfed, and I'm just kidding. It's Crab Rider. Crab Rider currently 2 mana 1/4 with Rush and Wind Fury. I'm gonna go and say it's gonna be a 1/3 for 2. You put it to 3 mana, it's never gonna see play, but as a 2 mana 1/3, it certainly is still a pretty good card. It's still tribal, still has 2 keywords, and it still has almost premium stats. So I think it would be pretty good there. The other card that I'm almost certain will get nerfed is Incanter's Flow. Incanter's Flow is legit breaking, well, you saw me earlier, breaking my spirit, but also breaking the game of both standard and wild. APM Mage is ridiculous in wild, as is Crab Rider, by the way, but can buff Paladin. So first two nerfs will definitely have an impact, and Octave Incanter's Flow wasn't nerfed and at least goes to 3 mana. 3 mana is my prediction. I don't think it gets Deck of Lunaseed, but at 3 mana, it slows it down. That high rolled isn't as soul crushing. It doesn't curve into like Arcane Intellect on curve like perfectly, which is a very powerful play, and unless you draw it immediately, but regardless, it'll slow it down, and that deck is already susceptible to aggro and all that, so that'll help out a lot. Next prediction I have, I'm pretty confident on, but not 100% sure, and that's Conviction. I think Conviction, 1 mana, give a minion +3 attack randomly, is just too good. I think, like, if you look at all of the other ranked spells, their first version is basically, you're paying it's like a penalty. Like the Hunter one is a 2/2 with Rush. You have the freeze with Mage, right? You freeze one thing. A 1 mana deal 3 is basically Blessing of Might. It is random, but you're basically getting it on premium, and then everything after that is just insane. I would expect it to go to 2 attack. It's more in line with the other ranked spells, and again, this will affect wild because like Odd Paladin, Hand Buff Paladin all utilize this, and it's ridiculous. You leave any minion up against a Paladin, you're basically dead because of this. I think this has a good chance of being hit. So basically, 2 Paladin-centric nerfs in this patch. My next prediction is Mankrik. Not so much the 3 mana 3/4 Mankrik, but the enraged version, the 3/10 version. It feels like if you hit that high roll, you get 3/4 into Mankrik right away. That 3/10's impossible to kill. It's like, it's just, you win the game. You win the game. It's too much health. I think it goes down to like a 3/7 or a 3/8, something like that. And they won't even have to give us Dusk because we got this card for free, and it's in a ton of decks right now. So Mankrik, not totally sold on getting nerfed, but that'll be my other prediction. And then the one that's a little bit more out there, and I don't even know if I want to see get nerfed, but it should probably get nerfed, is Octobot, the Rogue Emperor Thorson common 2 mana 1/4. I'd like to see it go to a 1/3, just like Crab Rider, like the Watch Post. You basically get a guaranteed discount on curve. I feel like this card, you should have to work for it. You should have to at least ping it yourself. And even at 2 mana as a 1/3, it'll be really good with all the different like Penflinger, the Og Merchant cards, whatever. But as a 1/3, you can't just play it on 2 and get that guaranteed discount. And I think that would be a good thing. The only reason I'm kind of apprehensive about this is the Frenzy mechanic has been pretty much bust. And this and what Samuro are like the only Frenzy cards that currently see play, unless some of them get buffed, which we'll get to those predictions. But yeah, those would be my nerf predictions. And there's a chance I could see like Alexstrasza getting nerfed, maybe the damage output or the mana cost, because that card's in a lot of decks. Secret Passage, because it's just stupid. 1 mana draw 4. Hello? Why? And Hysteria for Priest and Warlock. Just seems like too efficient a clear, and Priest might be like really, really insane if all this other stuff gets nerfed, and Priest is already pretty good. Despite what HS Replay says, at higher ranks, Priest is doing really well, and I could see Hysteria maybe go to 4 mana. That'd be the second time that card's been nerfed. And anyways, that's the nerf predictions. What are my buff predictions? So they said 10 cards will be buffed, and I'm just going to go out there and say 5 of them will be the caravans. All the caravan cards, none of them see play. Do they really want to introduce this card type and have it never see play? Because it stands, unless there's like some insane mini set support, caravans are going to do nothing their entire run of Hearthstone. So I thought about it. Would you make it an intern effect? No, that would be broken. So make it 4 health, like the problematic Crab Rider, like Octobot, like all the other stuff, the Watch Post. Make it 4 health so it sticks around. And then it'll be like, oh, why are they 4 health? They're possible to kill. Nerf it. I don't know. I feel like they got to do something to the caravans. So I'm going to say 5 of the cards will be the caravans, because you can't just buff one of them. It's got to be all of them. And as it stands, they're just never going to see play. So I'm going to go with that. Shaman really sucks, right? Shaman's awful right now. So I'm going to go for 3 more Shaman cards to get buffed. One of those caravans are a Shaman card, by the way. First is Lilypad Lurker. It's a really good card, right? 5 mana, 4/5, and you get to hex something, but you have to play an elemental the turn before. I'd like to see just the change on this card that you have to be holding an elemental for this to be active. Similar to what we've seen with like dragons. Having to set it up by specifically playing an elemental is just awkward. You have to run so many elementals to make this consistent, and there's just not enough good elementals to make it worth it. And Shaman needs some help, and if you just get a hex on the stick that doesn't require that pre-play play, I think it'd be pretty good. So I'm going to go with that. Lightning Storm, again, I'm going to pitch this. Don't think it'll happen, but I'm going to predict it anyways because I'm an idiot. Lightning Storm Overload 1. I don't know why Overload's 2. It's so crippling. It's so ridiculous. It should just Overload 1, and I think the card is strong and good, and Shaman needs some strong and good cards. Why not? Give it a good AoE that doesn't cripple your next turn. It's still frustrating, even Overload 1, but it's not as crippling. My next buff prediction, again, Shaman Arid Stormer. It's like a 2/5 right now. It gains Wind Fury and Rush. I would like to see it either get like the Lilypad Lurker treatment where you're holding elemental, or make it like a 3/4 so that its attack is more meaningful. 6 attack is pretty insane on a Wind Fury Rush, right? One along those lines, but give that elemental Shaman deck something to work with, because it's just not working. And if they're wanting something to work that they promoted in the latest expansion, you think they would go elementals or Murlocs, and the Murlocs are pretty close. If you buff the caravan, it might get there. So I'm gonna go with Arid Stormer, make it a 3/4, or again, make it so you have to hold an elemental. Warlock, the aggressive decks are somewhat lacking as well, so I'm gonna predict that Cabal Outfitter goes to a 3/4. It's currently a 3/3. Battlecry and Death Rattle give a minion +1/+1. Make it a 3/4. It's premium stats with upside. We've seen plenty of that. Paladin has 3 mana 3/4 draw card. Sorry, a minion you tutor, which can tutor other stuff. It's absurd. Why not Cabal Outfitter be a 3/4, right? Something along those lines. And lastly, my most bold buff prediction of them all is N'Zoth, because it sucks. Even with the whole adding a new tribe into the game with the Quillboars, it's still not going to make the cut. So I say N'Zoth resummons everything with Rush, because we love to give everything Rush. And those are my predictions. Those are my predictions for the nerfs and buffs. Again, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Scab's Cutter Butter will finally get hit with its impressive 40% win rate, so my cat can finally get some sleep? Or, let me know in the comments below what you think. And of course, we'll have a video going over all the nerfs when they're announced, most likely early next week, so we can look forward to that, and we can stop speculating finally, and maybe have some fun games of Hearthstone, because Honestly, I love to play some ladder without going completely insane these days. You know, just moderately insane, as my usual. That's fine. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.